Hi, my name is Willem Hartog. I'm originally from Costa Rica, however, I've been living in the US for the past 8 years. I came here to do my undergrad in Georgia Tech, where I studied industrial engineering with a concentration in economic and financial systems. Shortly after that, I joined EY Parthenon as an M&A consultant under their deal tech practice. At my time at EYP, I was able to conduct synergy analysis and lead digital transformations across the deal lifecycle. As I enjoyed this a lot, I realized there was something missing. I wanted to strengthen my business acumen. That's why I decided to go back to school and do a Master of Science in Management at Georgetown. This one-year program was very similar to the first year of the MBA. Outside of this, I'm someone who loves learning new skills and languages every day. And that's what brings me here today. As I think of next steps in my career, I really want to join a venture capital firm such as Harlem Capital. In terms of my specific short-term and long-term goals, starting with my short-term goals, I'm really seeking for exposure to early stage investing, particularly for underrepresented founders. If we think about my long-term goals, I really want to be able to understand the whole VC and startup ecosystem and be able to be a partner at venture capital myself, or even start a startup in Costa Rica based on financial inclusion. Moving on to my interest in startups and in Harlem Capital specifically, what really draws me to startups is just how fast-paced they are and how startups these days, especially working a lot with AI, are using technology to make an impact in our society and are really solving problems that we all need to be solved. And particularly Harlem Capital really draws my attention because of the VC rigor this company you guys have, and how you guys are changing the face of entrepreneurship and really changing which companies to invest in, and just really particular approach that it's just not investing in companies but really shifting who gets access to all these opportunities. And as a queer Latin American young adult, that really resonates and draws my attention. What I'm looking for specifically in this experience is just really hands-on experience as an investor, working with a great team Harlem Capital offers, and really being able to challenge myself to step outside of my comfort zone and really be able to understand more about how this process works and be able to contribute to this mission-driven company that reflects the future of entrepreneurship. As I think of one founder that really stands out from my network, it's Juan Pablo Ramirez. I met him in Costa Rica a couple of years ago, and currently he has his startup called Artu, which is based out of Mexico, and it's an AI-powered compliance platform for fintechs and other regulated business in Mexico. Their product basically automates everything from KYC to AML processes to real-time regulatory monitoring, and they even have one of the most advanced chatbots in the region. And what really makes Juan Pablo outstanding and unique in this problem that they're solving is that not only does he have experience working in fintech in Latin America by having already developed and launched his own startup in Bolivia called Pagame, but really how he understands the financial technology landscape in Mexico and how he's really being able to make these complex problems into simpler terms. And beyond this, how efficient R2 is by making things already 15 times more efficient than current industry standards. So specifically in a region where innovation is stalled by compliance, R2 is really making a change. So for the company I picked, it was Parrot Finance, because I'm really drawn how they're making institutional investment way more accessible for everyone. And what I understand is Parrot Finance is just a fintech platform that lets users link their brokerage accounts and subscribe to expert managed portfolios, including hedge funds and asset managers. And what really stands out for me is how they're removing those traditional barriers. And really, as someone who grew up in Costa Rica and really saw firsthand how limited financial tools can be, I really like how Parrot Finance is an example of financial inclusion through technology. And one question I have for you guys is, after working with so many founders and early stage companies, what's something you've learned from your founders that have changed and shaped the way you evaluate early stage companies? Thank you.